The year is 1987, and Headmasters appear, including G1 Mindwipe. Yes, that's what I have here, sealed in a minty box. Yes, it's a very cool looking box, very cool figure. However, as you may have guessed, if you've been watching this channel for a while, this is not a real G1 Mindwipe. This is a counterfeit reissue. But it does look so beautiful in this box, it's almost painful to take it out, I will admit. And looking at the box, it's got the nice artwork on it. It looks so genuine. It's got the Series 4 artwork, it's got the tech spec, the robot points, and it's very cool. And it should be 100% complete. But that is what we're gonna find out when we take this out of the box and review it. If you're new to the channel, I'm Captain Kyle, welcome aboard. If you're a longtime watcher, thanks so much for coming back, that is totally awesome. And we're gonna have some fun with a Headmaster. Be right back. So yes, it does look very much like the original in-box. And unlike the last Headmaster, which was from Temu, this one was from AliExpress. Therefore, I don't have a coupon code for you guys, sorry. I bought it with my own money. But here we have Mindwipe. Now, during the Headmasters, instead of having a name that referred somehow to their alt form or to, you know, some kind of thing like them being angry or in a frenzy or something like that, they named everything related to the heads for the Headmasters, which is weird because they were bots before they were Headmasters. But what's interesting is, despite his technological origins and biology, he's a mystic. He's been paired with what's called a trainer, Vorath, who is a scientist, apparently on Nebulos, the Nebulon Minister of Science. This brings in the comic and the cartoon continuity. Pretty much everybody, all the Headmasters were from Nebulos, except for Spike and Daniel, though we never got a Headmaster. Oh, we kind of got a Headmaster. If you watch the RC evolution video, there's a Headmaster in there. So I'm gonna pop this open carefully because I do like the box and I'm going to keep it. But what's interesting on the front, it says Vorath is the trainer. Now I find that kind of funny. There's the instructions. Because at least in the cartoon, the first thing that Mindwipe did when being paired with Vorath is to hypnotize him to follow his commands. So I don't think he's training shit. But let's get the Headmaster out. And I have to say that this is already partially peeled off, but he still has his gun, so that's all good. So if it was in the box, you wouldn't necessarily know that there was some pre-ripping on this. I don't know how that happened, maybe during packaging. He does not appear to have been touched before. But I will say this, as I do in every counterfeit reissue video, please don't try to pass this off as a real G1, because that's just not fair to your fellow collectors and not fair to anybody, really. And if you do get one of these and someone tries to pass it off as real and it's in the box, there are ways you can tell, such as a lack of factory stickers, no product catalogs, and this time it did say Robots in Disguise on the box. It does not say Bobots. It says transforms from bat to robot and back, and it actually doesn't use the phrase Bobots in Disguise or anything like that, but yeah, it does say robot and back. And the plastic in the front here is a little loosely attached. But it does come with Vorath, who is very, very small and falls over very easily. But I just wanted to give you a close-up on him. And he does have a panel that flips up in the back so that you can cover the face when you're looking at him from other angles. See if we can spin him on the turntable of doom without him falling over. Gotta be very careful, very careful, very careful. And it worked. And he's got his two little arms that move. That's pretty much his articulation. I mean, he can kneel down, he could sit down, and the legs are separate on the bottom, so he could kind of walk like that, but there's still not a lot of articulation to this guy. And we have the bat himself, though it would appear that the bat head is inside the compartment rather than revealed. So that's another way, if you're looking at it and you don't see the bat head, well, they didn't put it out, or put out, wait, shut up, Logan. Now, I thought, and I could be wrong, no, I guess the arms do go that way. Zoom it out a little bit so you can get the full view of the bat. He's got the tail here. He's got a compartment here that his partner, it's a little stiff to open, I will say. It actually helps to pull the arms out a little bit so you can pull it open, and then Vorath can go inside as a mindless slave. Now, he can't really sit in there normally, so I think you have to actually fold and put him in there that way. It's been a long time since I've had the original. It went in the purge. I am curious, because it doesn't seem to want to go in. Now, I'm pretty sure that they used the original sizing for this, which I've mentioned this in other videos, but the Headmasters, due to a scaling error on the plans that went over to the factories, they were actually supposed to be smaller, probably closer in size to the Headmasters that we got later on during Titan's Returns. So we have the instructions. We also have tech spec decoder. Woohoo! We have the factory sticker, which in this case is just for the tech spec. We have the regular stickers. We have a rub sign that you can attach. And aha, it is showing that we put him in the kneeling position. So he's praying to get out of there. And then he fits quite nicely into Mindwipe. So there he is in all his bat glory. So I have to say, maybe I might need to adjust the feet a little bit. There we go. There he stays, though he has a tendency to flop forward in this mode. He's supposed to fly. Can you fly? Whee! Okay, not really. You can toss him. He does have his gun, which does not go anywhere in his animal mode. But the instructions look like the original instructions. Other than looking at them to figure out how to put in the pilot, I don't really need them because I've had this figure before. Just forgot about the pilot, how he gets in there. But it does look very cool. Like I said, the only factory stickers are the ones that go into his tech spec decoding under here, which you'll see when we get him into robot mode. And as far as posability, I mean, the wings are a little stiff, but they can go back and forth, and that's pretty much the extent of how much you can pose him, other than the tail, which, you know, put it up front, it looks kind of not safe for kids. So he is a mystical bat who can hypnotize people, but let's get him into his robot mode. The one thing about G1 counterfeit reissues is that there's not a lot that can be said about the posability, so these videos tend to not be that long. Now, moving his arms to the side. Now, some people want to see transformations, but honestly, this guy, you know, you can read the instructions if you need to. He's pretty simple. Checking out his fists here as I push them out, and his fists look good. This one seems a little stuck, doesn't want to come the last millimeter or two. But if I put the gun in, maybe I can use that to get better leverage to pull it out. Got it that last 2 millimeters. Now, that doesn't look right because he's got his bat head and it's facing the wrong way. The bat head does not turn. It would be kind of cool if it did, so that you could actually have him with a bat head in robot mode, but we need to give him his headmaster instead. And the bat head just folds into the compartment. And again, it's a little stiff, but it folds into the compartment where the trainer / pilot goes, who just folds over. You flip that thing up and you push the head into place and you have Mindwipe. Woohoo! Now, if you flip this down, you can see that there are tech specs there. And I didn't do this with Weird Wolf, but with Mindwipe here, I'm gonna go ahead and put the factory sticker on, the one factory sticker, just so we can see what the tech specs are actually trying to tell us. But I do have to say, I do not miss having to put on stickers on bots. Now, some people have told me about, hey, there's some upgrade stickers, and generally I don't look to get upgrade stickers because I don't like putting on stickers all that much. I mean, I can do it, and I will get replacement stickers for G1s when need be, but if the original didn't come with stickers, that's fine. So as you can see, it's showing the speed, strength, and intelligence, which I'm actually surprised his intelligence is rated so low, because, I mean, maybe it's because they think because he's mystic and superstitious. The tech spec on the box, which I have a decoder for, shows his intelligence actually as pretty high. So I'm wondering, is this tech spec for the pilot? Because it does change based on the pilot. Is the Minister of Science an imbecile? That's quite possible. I mean, he could have been a political appointee. I don't know of anyone who would appoint someone to a position that they're totally unqualified for in the government, but that could be his intelligence and not Mindwipe's. So I moved the wings back a little bit. I think it looks a little bit better that way. You can close this up and we'll go over some posability, which there's not a ton, but the legs, there's actually more than some. The legs actually go forward and that's it. They can't go further back because this piece, which is kind of his bat feet, bat feet, okay, block it from going, but he can at least kick forward. There's no side kicks. There's no Jean-Claude Van Damme with this guy. Now the arms, if you move the wings back far enough, can actually go all the way around. So I think a lot of times people have him with his wings straight back. In fact, that's on the box, so we'll go with that. But I kind of like sometimes showing the wings you know, make sense if he's a Decepticon and he can fly, you know, because Decepticons fly. So the arms go around. There is no turning of the head. The only other joint is to reveal the tech specs and move the wings a bit. And you can still play with his tail a little bit. I'm sorry, was that a violation? Should I have sought consent? Please don't call HR. So there he is from all angles. He is a very cool character, and this is definitely exactly how I remember the original G1. So I will eventually put on all the stickers, even the rub sign, but just be aware, again, I beseech you, don't try to like take it out of the box, sticker it up, and then try to sell it as a really minty actual G1. That's just mean. Don't be mean. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I will put on the stickers later, and he's a cool G1. And since he went in the purge, now I have reacquired a toy to take up his space in the 1987 lineup that I'm setting up on shelves over there. Because eventually I will actually have them all organized, and I'll do a nice video showing all my collection. It'll probably be a pretty long video, but it's probably gonna take a lot longer to organize the things. But yeah, so I think Mindwipe's a fun character, very fun toy, and I hope you're having fun watching this content. If you like it, by all means feel free to subscribe. That would be absolutely awesome. I will put a link in the description. I think he cost me around 50-ish bucks for this particular counterfeit reissue, which to get a complete Headmaster with the head, with the gun, in mint-y condition, stickers unapplied, you know, it's gonna cost you quite a bit more than that. So I'm not saying that you can't get a G1, it's just G1s are a lot more expensive. And if you just want the character, I mean, I don't see Hasbro putting out any actual reissues. Closest thing we had was G1 style boxes with the new style of these figures. So it's a good way to fill in your G1 collection without breaking the bank. And while you are mulling over this figure here, by all means feel free to check out this video over here, which is Weird Wolf, another reissue of a G1 Headmaster that's a lot less expensive than getting an original. And we will see you next time. As always, have fun and good hunting.